So in the previous video we had a think about photochemical smog, and a really key theme coming through here when looking at urban climates and the problems associated with urban climates is that these are actually well understood mechanisms. They're not only well understood mechanisms, but they're something that we can model quite effectively in some quite complex computer models. So we're going to move on now to restoring that imbalance. So restoring the urban microclimate. And the case study here is we're going to look at South Korea. Now there's a fantastic video which you do need to watch. That video is quite long, so I would say that you'd pause it every 3 minutes to make some notes. You might not necessarily have to watch the whole of the video. But this looks at Seoul, which is classified as a megacity and a very dense urban area. And it looks at the restoration of a natural river. So when you watch the video, you will see that the natural river was actually originally completely concreted over and was actually used as a highway. When Seoul started to open up its metro system, it made the choice to reduce some of its highways and actually reinstate the river to its natural form. You might want to stop this video and think what would be the potential effects of restoring this river, removing the road, and having a substantial area or core of green open space and open water. So I would suggest you stop this video for just a couple of seconds and make some notes on that. So hopefully you did stop the video, and hopefully in your notes you started talking about the importance of open spaces, how it can help to regulate climate. You might have also talked about the urban heat island and the water itself. The water itself can have a cooling effect. And remember, as a general principles for sustainable development, sustainable cities, we suggested having 20% good quality open public space and water in our urban environments. And obviously reinstating the natural river and removing the roadway has significant impacts. So as you dig down a little bit deeper, we can actually see quite massive impacts of restoring the river. So it says here, at times those urban temperatures in that particular area around the road were 5 degrees centigrade than the rural areas. The river flow, since the river has been reinstated consistently during the summer, we've seen temperatures drop between 3 to 4 degrees centigrade after those elevated highways have been removed. So you might like to think about the exact reasons for that. There you'll be thinking about albedo. There you'll be thinking about the cooling effect of the water. Remember, water, particularly flowing water, can absorb a lot of energy, a lot of heat energy, and that will be carried away. And also don't underestimate the importance of actually having that corridor of directing fresh air. So you might want to think back at the work and ideas that we looked at for wind in urban areas. This is such a successful project that it has actually been replicated in many other cities. So we're taking this knowledge of our systems, applying it to a real place, recording and observing the improvements they made, and then taking that best practice to other cities. So this links in very, very strongly to sustainable cities and communities. And if we're in this position now where we have this restored natural environment, it shows that it is actually possible, even in the most densely urban environments, to restore or at least undo some of the damage. So it's not all doom and gloom. Now those temperature changes along the corridor actually extended 400 metres away. So it wasn't just directly the river, 400 metres in either direction. So if you think about it, it could be on a good day perhaps 1 kilometre total difference, that you're going to see an improvement in quality, in a reduction in temperature, sorry. And then they got those changes in wind speed. Okay, and so here the wind speed is 50% higher, and again that wind speed going through helps with the cooling because it's a much smoother surface. There's also then benefits to the natural ecology. So actually, once the river was reinstated, even the project managers were quite surprised how quickly birds, fish, insects and plants returned to that still very, very urban environment. And that effect is very, very common actually. If we just give our urban areas a chance, just give them some renovation, some restoration that is grounded in a systems approach, that's grounded in what we know, so we're not just making it up, it's actually a systematic plan, it can actually have an absolutely massive effect on the environment. So we'll go back to that key idea that our urban environments should really have about 20% green, open space or open water that are good quality environments and open to public use. So in this video we've had a look at a case study of urban regeneration and how that has improved the urban climate. The next video will look at air pollution in Hong Kong and what Hong Kong as a city is trying to do to address the problems and challenges presented by air pollution.